Hello and welcome to the Africa Eco Race 2016. It's Friday the 8th of January. We're 2 days away from the finish of this incredible rally raid from Monaco through Morocco and Mauritania to the legendary spot Lac Rose, Dakar, Senegal. 9 long stages, over 3,000 competitive kilometres under their belt, 24 bikes, 30 cars and 6 trucks still remain in competition. And today they face the last big Mauritanian endurance challenge, Stage 10. This is a pure sand stage with one huge dune early in the test, followed by hundreds of smaller, soft, unpredictable dunes. A loop from and back to the bivouac, 379 competitive kilometres. First into the stage with the bikes and many problems. Marco Gandini, Martin Benko, Joachim Lundby, Gerald Taylor, all getting caught out by the soft sand. That's Yevgenia Nestorova, her bike well and truly dug in. And that's Dmitry Agashkov. Disaster for the Russian rider. The lost time means he moves down the leaderboard even further. One of the best sights on this rally has been the father and son partnership of De Souza Senior and De Souza Junior. This is De Souza Senior coming in 5th fastest on the stage. Look at that amazing slow-mo shot of Stefano Chiusi, the Italian rider, making it in a time of 5 hours, 43 minutes and 29 seconds to be 4th quickest on the stage. The younger of the De Souzas, De Souza Junior, came in 3rd quickest with a time of 4 hours, 41 minutes and 46 seconds, just about managing not to get stuck there in the soft sand. Consistently impressing with his consistent riding, Andrew Newland, the Brit, on his KTM. And with the trouble for Agashkov and Nefontova, he's now moved up to 2nd position overall. But the man out front, as always, is Per Anders Ullevalsiter. But even he had problems. Look at this. Even the best in the world gets stuck in the dunes.
The trip was maybe not so safely all the time because I was stuck 5-6 times, I think, and the dunes is so soft, and if you get stuck you have to dig out the bike, not try to drive it out. If you try to drive out the bike or car every time, of course the car you have to drive out, but the bike every time you will kill the engine, and always afraid of that.
So these De Souza father and son team impressing again, but Andrew Newland clearly benefiting from following Ullevalsiter's tracks, only 15 minutes slower. Confirmation that there's no change for the top step of the podium, but the rest looks different. Newland and Hamad upwardly mobile after Agashkov's problems today. Now, since the Africa race crossed the Mauritanian border, one team is always on the front of the race, MD Rally Sport, and yet this is their very first Africa race, as they used to run in South America in previous years. Antoine Morel, the team manager, says simply for 2 reasons why. First, we didn't like the new Dakar route. I had the feeling that the organisation cared more for teams like Mini and the other factory teams. We felt a little unconsidered. And I didn't want to make my drivers struggle like last year. I've run 28 Dakars in motorbikes, in quads. I even won with a quad. So I know Africa, and I know that my drivers would love it and have fun, especially during the 2nd week in Mauritania with the dunes and everything. They will love it with these kinds of vehicles. And so, the buggy, the ultimate weapon for the dunes, as introduced by Pascal Thomas. He says, a buggy is like a big dragonfly. It's very light, able to slide, very enjoyable to drive, very light, flexible. That's dope. The buggy is lighter than a 4x4, has only two-wheel drive, so the buggy has more acceleration. On the dunes, the buggy moves better because it has big deflections, 50 centimeters compared to 15 for the 4x4. These are completely different products. One is more for the rally, the tracks, and the other for the wide open spaces. Buggies are clearly made for this. So we can say that the 4x4 are more efficient on rocky tracks, and buggies should be better in the dunes and the wide open spaces. He continues that the automatic inflation system for the back wheels on the buggy can be an advantage, but it's clearly useful. With four-wheel drive, you can climb the dunes without deflating the tyres, but with two-wheel drive, it's impossible without deflating. So, deflating for the non-professionals allows the tyres to be 50% wider at the base, so it stays more out of the sand. There's less likelihood to get stuck, and you can cross the dunes. All our drivers are happy. It's a really good thing. Even if we don't win, it doesn't matter. The most important thing is that we all reach the finish line in Dakar and enjoy the ride. And so far, they are. One stage win for Dominique Houzio, several second positions for Pascal Thomas, and one more for Jeremy Choiseau. And Thomas is still fighting for the overall classification, 8 minutes 37 behind the leader Kanat Shagirov. And so to stage 10 today, and it proved troublesome for many. This is Anton Grigorov, who's clearly rolled that car, manages to get it going again, but with a severe amount of damage to the bodywork at the very least. And so to our buggy man, Pascal Thomas, with a real chance to take the lead on this stage. Only 8 minutes 47 behind the leader. And at the moment, the buggy's going better in the dunes, but no, disaster. That's one dune he can't get up, despite it being buggy terrain. And look, he's come across Matthias Serradori's car and has blocked his exit. Obviously not deliberate, but here goes Kanat Shagirov, who even pauses to have a look to make sure, yep, that's his rival, stuck in the bottom of a dune. And Shagirov can continue knowing he's probably got a chance of winning. So that's work from Serradori's team and Thomas to try and dig out the car. The co-driver Pascal Larocque getting a face full of sand as they finally get that car moving, but with a big delay. Meanwhile, this is Jean-Antoine Sabatier, last year's winner. He managed to finish the stage 5th quickest and moves up to 3rd overall at the expense of the stranded Serradori. And so, while Pascal Thomas languishes in the dune, Shagirov extends his overall lead to 27 minutes, but even he had problems. His co-driver was losing consciousness for the last 70 kilometers of the stage because of the exhaustion of the heat. Hopefully he'll be fit enough to compete again tomorrow. But this man surprised everyone, catching the Hummer and winning the stage, David Gerard, in a buggy from Team MD. Proving this is buggy territory after all. He says it went well. We started 12th and apparently we finished 1st. It's very, very unlikely, especially because in the middle of the stage, Gerard, my co-driver, had a problem with his comms and we lost radio liaison between us, so we had to get to the finish just using hand signals. And so to the big beasts. Now, yesterday, Laszlo Kovacs got stuck in the dunes. He also tried to help his fellow Hungarian Szalás Balay, but he hurt his back while doing so and was in too much pain to drive today, so his rally, unfortunately, is over. What a shame. That's Elisabetta Jacinto, the Portuguese driver. She's in a MAN truck, but she is well and truly stuck, all 4 wheels spinning and going nowhere. She did eventually get going again, but lost a lot of time. Now this is Sergei Kuprianov stopped in the dunes, and as is the policy with the KAMAZ team, his teammate Shibalov stops to help. I mean, his lead in the trucks is massive, so he can afford to stop and help, but he can't do anything, and Kuprianov does not complete the stage, which means Tomasz Tomacek is the stage winner, but he is still over 2.5 hours behind Shibalov overall.
This is first stage without the puncture from the start already. It was very nice. You cannot stop. We will have to stop a few moments in dunes to make in the front, reverse, and that's all. It's nice.
So some unusual names at the top of the leaderboard. Dramatic for Tomas, his big chance to steal the lead from Shagarov disappeared. MD Rally have 3 buggies in the top 6, but sadly not the right one. So that's how it looks now going into the final days. The Kazakh crew, as long as co-driver Vitaly Yevtikov feels better tomorrow, they could power to the finish and win. Well, time to take a breath after what has been an extremely difficult and exciting day here at the Africa Eco Race. Let's have a look at some of the best action as seen from the helicopter so far. What an incredible event it has been. And it's not over yet. Join us tomorrow for the decisive penultimate stage of the Africa Eco Race 2016. Thanks for watching.